E.N.D here, day 2 for the spoilers of March of the Machine. Leave me in the comments below, what do you think about this set? I think it's quite a decent set. Let's start. And I want to start with the full art basic lens. 2 for each color, and all of them depict an invasion of a particular plane. Elegant denial, 4 and 2 blue, instant, convoke, choose one or both, counter target spell, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Ramosian Greatsword, 4 and 1 red, artifact equipment, convoke, equip creature get +3/+1 and has trample, equip for 2. Sheevan Trailblazer, 5 and 2 red for 4, also with convoke, flying and haste. Fearless Cult, 4 and 1 red, 3/2, backup 1, double strike. Revenue Sailback, 4 and 1 green, it's a 3/4, enters the battlefield, choose 1, gains haste until end of turn, or destroy target artifact or enchantment. Streetwise Negotiator, 1 and 1 green, it's a 0/2 with backup 1. This creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Storm Deceit Core, 2 and 2 green, sorcery, distribute 4+1/+1 counters among up to 4 target creatures you control. Creatures you control gain vigilance and trample until end of turn. And no one can deny what a masterpiece the artwork of this card is. Nyot Vault Hermit, 3 and 1 green, it's a 4/4, for 5 and 1 blue Phyrexian mana. Transform it, activate only as a sorcery, and it transforms into Chrome Host Hark, a 5/5. Whenever it attacks, up to 1 other target creature has base power and toughness of 5/5 until end of turn. Invasion of Asgol, 1 black and 1 red, 4 defense counters. Enters the battlefield, target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and lose 1 life. And when the siege is defeated, it transforms into Ashen Reaper, a 2/1 with menace. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent was put into a graveyard from the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If you don't know how to play battle cards, I did a tutorial explaining this particular card type, how it is played. More battle cards. Invasion of Moag, 2, 1 green and 1 white, 5 defense counters. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And when it's defeated, it transforms into Bloom Wilderdreads, a 3/3, War 2. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Invasion of Kaladesh, 1 blue and 1 red, 4 defense counters. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless top tier artifact creature token with flying. And when it's defeated, it transforms into Aetherwing Golden Scale Flagship, Asterix 4, flying. Its power is equal to the number of artifacts you control, crew 4/1. Sculpted Perfection, 2, 1 white and 1 black. Enters the battlefield, incubate 2. Phyrexian you control get +1/+1. Rare cards. Guardian of Ghirapur, 2 and 1 white, it's a 3/3 with flying. Enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other target creature or artifact you control. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Knight Errant of Eos, 4 and 1 white, it's a 4/4, convoke. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value X or less from among them, where X is the number of creatures that convoked Knight Errant of Eos. Put the revealed cards into your hand, then shuffle. Chrome Host Sea Shark, 2 and 1 blue, it's a 2/4, it's a Phyrexian shark. Can it get more scarier? Flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. Close this circuit, 5 and 1 blue with convoke. You may cast sorcery spells this turn as though they had flesh. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Invasion of Segovia, 2 and 1 blue, 4 defense counters. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Kraken creature tokens with trample. And when it's defeated, it transforms into Katus Sea Tyrant of Segovia, 3/3. Non-creature spells you cast have convoke. At the beginning of your end step, untap up to 4 target creatures. Grafted Butcher, 1 and 1 black, it's a 2/2. Enters the battlefield, Phyrexians you control gain menace until end of turn. Other Phyrexians you control get +1/+1. 3 and 1 black, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Return Grafted Butcher from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Voldaren Thrillseeker, 2 and 1 red, it's a 1/1 with backup 2. For 1, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to any target. Blood Feather Phoenix, 1 and 1 red, it's a 2/2, flying, can't block. Whenever an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to an opponent or battle, you may pay 1 red. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. Into the Fire, 2 and 1 red, sorcery, choose 1. Into the Fire deals 2 damage to each creature, planeswalker and battle. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards plus 1. Doomscar Warrior, 2 and 2 green, it's a 4/3, backup 1 with trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in random order. Tribute to the Well Tree, 3 green. I really love the artwork of this card. Really love it. Enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or greater. Otherwise, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Errant Anjada, for 1, 1 white and 1 blue. It's a 2/3. Flash, flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast spells with flash or flying from the top of your library. Inga and Esika, 2, 1 green and 1 blue. It's a 4/4. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent to cast it, draw a card. It's a nice card for Convoke. Hidetsuko and Kairi, 2 blue and 1 black. It's a 5/4 with flying. Enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. When it dies, exile the top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Baral and Karidzev, the duo from Kaladesh, 1 blue and 1 red. It's a 2/4. First Strike Menace. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, you may cast a spell with lesser mana value that shares a card type with it from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, create First Mate Ragavan, a legendary 2/1 red Mange Pirate creature token. It gains haste until end of turn. Rankil and Torbrin from Eldraine, 1 black and 2 red. 3/4. Flying, First Strike, haste. When it deals combat damage to a player or battle, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure token. Each player sacrifices a creature. If a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage +2 instead. Mythic cards, Zurgo and Oyutai, 2, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white. It's a 4/4, flying, haste. Has hexproof as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You may return 1 of those dragons to its owner's hand. Monastery Mentor is back in standard. For 2 and 1 white, it's a 2/2 with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. It would be interesting to see if this card will feature in the mono white decks. Invasion of Tarkir, for 1 and 1 red, 5 defense counters. Enters the battlefield, reveal any number of dragon cards from your hand. When you do, it deals X +2 damage to any other target, where X is the number of cards revealed this way. And when it's defeated, it transforms into Defiant Thundermaw, a 4/4 with flying trample. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. So that was the last card in this particular day 2 of the spoilers of March of the Machine. Join me tomorrow for another day full of spoilers, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.